On the fateful evening of December 6, 2023, the quiet town of Converse, Texas, was thrust into darkness by a senseless act of violence that took the life of a young woman and destroyed the hearts of her family and friends and the community she had grown up in. Hi, and welcome to Case Closed, where we will be discussing the tragic story of 22-year-old Khadija Derry, a vibrant college athlete with a passion for basketball, who fell victim to a targeted and ruthless attack.
And it's been exactly a month since 22-year-old Khadija Derry was shot nearly 20 times as she sat in her car in front of her family's Converse home. Derry did not survive the attack. As KENS 5's Mike Jimenez explains, her family is demanding justice.
On the quiet evening of December 6, 2023, Khadija was sitting by herself in a Dodge Charger parked in front of the house where she lived with her mother, her sister, her brother, and her uncle, who is a Bezar County Sheriff's deputy. It's said that she had just gotten home after a salon appointment on the east side and was alone in her car outside her family's residence when two assailants approached, unleashing a hail of gunfire that claimed her life and left another person injured, though not fatally. The incident occurred just before 8 p.m., or around 7:50 p.m. in the 8900 block of Arundel Garden, sending shockwaves through the community. The cold-blooded nature of the attack became apparent as investigators pieced together the details. The victim, Khadija Derry, was not only a college athlete, but a beloved daughter, an active member of Lily of the Valley Missionary Baptist Church, and an exceptional student who excelled in sports, including volleyball, track, and basketball. Khadija Derry was born on November 6, 2001, in San Antonio, Texas. Khadija was the beloved daughter of George Sullivan and Kuquanda Perkins. She accepted Christ at an early age and was an active member of Lily of the Valley Missionary Baptist Church, where she played an integral role in the youth department. Khadija attended S.J. Davis and Sam Houston schools within the San Antonio Independent School District. Throughout her academic journey, Khadija excelled in various sports, including volleyball, track, and basketball. She left a lasting impression on the basketball court, giving her all and holding the fastest time in the district's middle school for the 100-meter dash. She was loved by many and was always recorded laughing, smiling, or just being happy in general. Khadija's exceptional skills on the court led to a full basketball scholarship at Iowa Western College. At the time of her passing, she was attending Northeast Lakeview College and was on the verge of completing her nursing studies. Her family, particularly her mother, expressed immense pride in Khadija's accomplishments and mourned the loss of a promising future.
Khadija's family say they feel this was a targeted attack, calling it a hateful crime.
Was she the target? I have no idea, because nothing that she did in her life would grant her to be a target of such a brutal crime.
Khadija Derry is described by her family as an energetic college athlete with a love for the game of basketball. Derry devoted her time working with youth and athletes at Sam Houston High School, where she was an alumni and had a smile that would light up any room.
She was loved, and she was loving, and she would give you that same love in return.
Days after the fatal shooting, the authorities homed in on 19-year-old Joe Isaac Lee Yanez as a suspect. The breakthrough came when Khadija's uncle shared an Instagram video that appeared to implicate Yanez in the crime. Surveillance video shows another vehicle pulling up nearby and two men getting out. The two approached Derry's car and began shooting. According to an arrest affidavit, the two men fired 18 to 20 shots and then ran back to their vehicle and drove off. Derry was pronounced dead at the scene. Derry's younger sister later told investigators that she had been threatened by a girl who told her that she and her family were going to get shot or popped and that they could not outrun a switch.
Two of the three men arrested in a weekend standoff, accused in previous deadly shootings. One of those shootings happened right outside a Bexar County deputy's home.
This is all new information we have learned about these suspects today. According to an arrest affidavit, detectives believe that Joe Isaac Lee Yanez is connected to the shooting that killed 22-year-old Khadija Derry. Now, he's not been charged with Derry's murder, but that same affidavit says that Derry's uncle, who was a Bexar County sheriff's deputy, named Yanez and another teenager as possible suspects.
Yeah, that shooting happened just before 8 last Wednesday night in Converse. Investigators say Derry was sitting in her car when two men ran up and shot her more than a dozen times, all of it caught on surveillance cameras. The arrest affidavit says the next day, the victim's uncle, that Bexar County sheriff's deputy, showed Texas Rangers an Instagram video that placed Yanez at the crime scene. Texas Rangers then spoke to an SAISD police officer who was able to identify Yanez in that same video.
Meanwhile, another man arrested in that East Side standoff from over the weekend is 19-year-old Curtis Ray Wilson. Back in October of 2022, Wilson was charged with capital murder in the shooting death of two teenagers at an apartment complex on Noblewood Drive.
Investigators eventually caught up to Yanez's tracks and found out where he lived. Texas Rangers and police officers searched Yanez's apartment and found two guns, along with shell casings that matched the ones recovered from the shooting scene. Investigators determined that both guns were stolen. Further investigation linked Yanez to the shooting scene, as his facial characteristics matched those of one of the assailants seen in the video. Yanez, along with his accomplice, Curtis Ray Wilson, faced charges related to another shooting that occurred a day after Khadija's death. Despite their attempts to elude authorities, Yanez was eventually apprehended, and his bail was set at $220,000.
Converse, a car stopped down the street. Two people got out and shot 18 to 20 times at her car. 9mm and 5.56 casings were found at the scene. The next day, one of Derry's relatives in law enforcement provided an Instagram video of what sounded like a shooting off camera, and someone stating something similar to "hold my switch." He also told investigators that 19-year-old Joe Yanez and a teen who does not appear to have been arrested yet could be involved. Investigators later decided the person in the Instagram video appeared to be Yanez. Linked to that Instagram account was a Cash App account. Its profile picture, cash, and a rifle that would use 5.56 rounds, one of the ammo types found at the murder scene. An IP address and phone number helped lead them to a Southside apartment complex where they'd later find out Yanez lived.
As the investigation continues, the community remains hopeful that justice will be served for Khadija Derry, a young woman whose life was cut short by a senseless act of violence. In the face of tragedy, her memory lives on as a testament to her resilience, achievements, and the love she shared with those fortunate enough to have known her. Khadija's grieving family laid her to rest on December 20th, 2023, and a visitation service at Agape Christian Church was held. A subsequent funeral was held on December 21st, 2023. In a heartfelt message, her mother, Kukwanda Perkins, expressed the family's profound grief and shock. Perkins highlighted Khadija's promising future as a nursing student and appealed for justice, urging anyone with information to come forward. Our hearts go out to the family and friends of Khadija's and anyone else who was affected by this horrific act of terror. We pray and hope that justice is served. What do you think about this case? Leave your thoughts below, like and subscribe for more, and thanks for watching.